Welcome to Ophiuchus Tarot. We are back again with another channel message for the collective. But before we jump right in and get started, I just want to take a moment and say hi and welcome to new subscribers. I am so happy to have you on board with us. Thank you for becoming part of the Ophiuchus tribe. As always, it is an absolute honor and blessing to read for each and every single one of you. That being said, we're just going to jump in. We did have a couple of jumpers this morning. What I'm kind of getting from this collective is I am talking to someone or a group of someones that have decided they need to pull back their energy. They need to figure out what it is they want in their life. And in order to do that, they need to take some alone time. I hear alone, but not lonely. And that was one of the first things that I heard, especially here with the Hermit and the Hanged Man. This Queen of Pentacles here tells me that whatever it is that you're choosing, whatever direction, whatever it is that you're choosing, that's where you want to nurture. You want to put the effort, the energy into nurturing something specific. And I do believe it has something to do with your direction. I feel like you're at that paintbrush stage. You can move in any direction. You just have to kind of take your time out to figure out what it is that's going to make you most happy before you step forward. So this time, this pulled back time is really important. I feel like it's okay to be alone in your own energy and feel your own feelings and thoughts, and to let that guide you without everybody else kind of putting in their 2 cents or their 10 cents, right? Yeah. I do feel like this is something that's maybe gotten you in your head, and I don't feel that it's a surprise that I had to kind of talk about the others, because I feel like you wouldn't have had to retreat into this type of energy had you not been being influenced by others. I feel like maybe there are a bunch of people who feel like they might know your path better than you do, or what would be right for you better than you do. So I could see if you were young, but I feel like this is something that you have to figure out for yourself. You can't be locked in on a path that doesn't feel right for you, something that doesn't provide for you, something that doesn't feel right for you. Yeah, you're ready to jump in like the Fool in the direction of your wants, hopes, and dreams. Yeah, the Magician. I feel like you know, without the shadow of a doubt, that if you step onto a path and you choose your direction, the one that makes you feel good, you have no doubt in your mind that you can't make it happen. You've got that Magician energy, so you have all the tools necessary to make this come into fruition. You can bring it from your mind, from your imagination, into the physical and have it really become something solid and fruitful, right? Yeah, the Queen of Cups, because all you have to do in reality is nurture it. Same thing as that Queen of Pentacles. It's like that stable, steady energy that nurtures it. It's like to love yourself, to make the choice for yourself, and then to keep on nurturing whatever it is that you want. King of Cups. I feel like this is that balance between masculine and feminine energy. I really love this, actually. I feel like this is your balance within self. I feel like this is very solitary energy, but I do feel like maybe you're thinking towards the future, that if I create this strong foundation and I nurture my path, my purpose, whatever I want to do, say it's a side business and I want to make it my full-time gig, right? I want to make it everything to me. And then here I am nurturing that, and as I do, I pave the way for this to come into fruition with that Magician, and then I can actually get to the point where I feel comfortable inviting somebody in to my future, where I feel like I have enough to offer, I'm stable, I'm secure, right? And I'm full and whole and happy, right? So I do kind of see that it's like thinking towards the future. This path that I want to take has to be able to provide for my future and lay the foundation for maybe a future partner as well, right? We have the World. Yeah, I feel like you just want it all, and I feel like you're in that position to dream it up, and I feel like dream big and figure out what it is that you want and go for it, because I feel like with this Magician here and with this balance, that King and Queen of Cups, there is no way you can fail. Really there isn't, because you've got all that balance going on. Let's see. The Hierophant. It's just about being committed to the path, to the purpose. Yeah. And it's like being okay being that novice. And I feel like that's where you are. Being that forever student. Yeah, I feel like you're being really brave and really stable when it comes to your approach in making this happen for yourself. I really love this, collective. I feel like you're doing all the right things. I love that you pulled back your energy and you're giving yourself time to hear your own thoughts, feel your own feelings, kind of feel out your path and map it out for yourself. I feel like that's the time you're taking. You may actually have taken like some time out in nature. That might be a really calm place if you can get outside and enjoy the weather, maybe go for a nice walk. That might help you figure out, to help you unravel the thoughts in your mind. You might really find your grounding out there in nature. It might be a great place to think for those of you who feel a little up in your head about this situation. Look, we have the star at the bottom. Those wishes, hopes, and dreams, I feel like that's going to come into fruition for you. I really love it. I feel like you're doing everything right. You can take into consideration other people's opinions, but definitely always feel your own opinion to be the most important one, right? I love it. I love it. I love it. Let's see. Okay, here we have the animal deck. Well, this animal deck. Felt like there was something more to it. Let's see. We have the bear with strength. The bear symbolizes a strong source of support in times of difficulty and adversity. It may be time for you to stand with your beliefs or your truth. With strength and confidence, you are free to roam and will follow your path. This almost feels like it has a tether. It's like, I don't know if you had to utilize your strength to get to the point where you can speak your truth and follow your own path. Like I kind of said in the reading before this, it was you had to pull away. So maybe there were too many people putting in their input. And I feel like maybe you have to get to the point where you say, you know, you have to speak your truth and stand firm on that I'm going to choose what feels right for me. And there is a right way to say things, but I feel like there's also the right way to be on your own team as well. So we have a panda, more bears. Okay, boundaries. Yeah, you have to set healthy boundaries. I feel like, you know, there may be some naysayers around you when it comes to your path and your purpose and where you want to go. What I do want to tell you is just to remain focused and keep on being productive when it comes to making progress along your path towards your purpose, or actually indulging in creating more when it comes to what it is you're trying to create here. So we have endurance. It may be a little frustrating. You may have too many cooks in the kitchen, too many people trying to steer you in the direction they see for you. And that can be a little stressful. I get it. I feel like you have to let go of how it makes you feel, maybe when people put in their 2 cents, when it differs from your own. I feel like you have to understand that they're only saying so because they love and care about you and not because they actually want to control you. They might want to choose your path for you, but I don't feel like it's in a malicious way. I do feel like it's because they think that what they've chosen for you would suit you best, right? So like I said, there is a way to say it. You know, this could also be, and I feel like this is where the change comes in from reading number 1 to reading number 2. This could be you're with a partner, and your partner could be telling you which direction they feel you should go in when it comes to career or business, or how you should conduct yourself. And I don't feel like it's warranted. I feel like this person should be trusting you, and maybe that's where you're feeling like very frustrated. Yeah, I feel like I hear something like, oh, they're a mystery. I just don't get it. It's like, it says the Bobcat teaches you that there are, I can't see that far. The Bobcat teaches you that there is true power and strength in silence and patience. Silence and patience. In order to get what you want, you must be willing to plan, adapt, and move. Have the patience to see your dreams manifest, right? So I feel like what they're trying to say is that there needs to be some time in between. So allow this to kind of take shape as it does. So, yeah, it's a cycle. Absolutely. Spirit on deck. Decisive action. That's all that's really necessary from you as far as, and your inner strength, right? And good communication skills. And I know if you speak your truth, you use that inner strength and you make that decision and communicate that very clearly, abundance will be the next step because you'll start reaping what you're sowing, right? There's exploration and a lightness. Yeah, this is, I feel like whatever this is something that makes you truly happy. Whatever this path is, it may be connected to spirituality or it's backed by your spirituality. So you're leaning heavily on what you feel. I really love that. I feel like that's where your balance lies. It's like, you know where you're supposed to go. This is all a brand new adventure. And once you kind of stick to your guns about it, whether you're in a relationship or not, I feel like you're going to get where you're going. Keep following your intuition. It is definitely, yeah, keep trusting in it. It's definitely leading you to this big change and transformation and maybe even independence in your life. If you're not with someone, this doesn't have to be a partner. Like I said, this could be a family member. This could be a friend. This could be an aunt or an uncle who are trying to kind of dictate your path. It's definitely coming up in store number 2. It must be a big something today. But I feel like this is the first big steps towards your independence and creating a life that you think is worth living, right? Yeah, look at that. New beginnings. I love that. Stay calm, right? And use your perseverance, right? Okay. You're protected. So we're going to leave it like that. Oh, I love it. I feel like you're going in a really great direction. I feel like you're not going to be steered in the wrong direction, especially if you're allowing spirit to kind of help you figure out which way you want to go. Gorgeous. All right, what do we want? I want this. I want this. Okay. I don't know why I just heard cherry ludens, like the cough drops, which is really funny because my taste clairs have been acting up pretty strongly for the past, I'd say like 2 weeks. I guess it was about 4 or 5 days ago. I had the taste of cherry ludens, the cough drops, in my mouth, and I wasn't eating anything. It was just I was actually walking, exercising, and I could taste that, and it was really prominent. So I don't know if somebody else out there is dealing with the taste clair, or maybe it's coming online for someone. So that could be. And I also had Trix this morning, like Trix cereal. Yeah, very strange. So you may taste things that are kind of like, you know, there was one time I took a sip of coffee and it tasted like a tuna fish sandwich, like I had bit into a tuna fish sandwich. And I got really concerned and I was smelling my coffee, and then I took another sip and it was regular coffee. So it was just that taste clair that kind of came into play. So that could be for someone else too. You might have this weird thing going on where you get tastes in your mouth, and it can be really strong and overpowering too. But it's a really interesting one. I feel like what it is maybe somebody is thinking about you while they're eating something, and it kind of translates over. So that could be for whoever it's for. Okay, I don't know why I had to get that out there, but that's just what Spirit was calling for. Okay, so we have balance, karma, and justice in reverse. What was that? It's flipped. Oh, wow, we have a couple that are flipped here. Okay, I'm going to take the top one. We have avoidance. Let's flip those. Stalemate. I feel like that, wow, when it comes to a love offer with Venus in reverse, it flew out in reverse. This may be a little stressful of a situation. I feel like this situation is out of balance at this moment, right? This could be someone that you really want to make things right with, or you really want to balance things out with, and the opportunity is just not available at this time. I feel like things are out of balance for a reason. I do feel like Spirit does that for purpose. Maybe this person has lessons they need to learn before they come in your direction. Or this stalemate may be a long-term thing, right? Let's see. I want to know more about this situation. Why is there a stalemate? I feel like that's something. Inner child, yeah, it's for healing. Inner child and healing is in reverse. Like I said, I do feel like there's something that this person really has to learn before they come back in your direction. So this interaction between you and this person can actually be balanced out. Because if this person comes to you like they are right now without the knowledge and wisdom that they need of this lesson, it's going to go nowhere. In fact, it could even get worse. It's like, and I feel like that's what Spirit's trying to say. This avoidant behavior is for purpose. I know it may not seem like a really great feeling, but I do feel like, yeah, the messages are falling on deaf ears. It's like you may be trying to reach out. That ego, vanity, pride is on high. So this person, whoever it is that you're dealing with, is just not in a place to hear you properly. It's like they're not on the same page as you. I don't even know if they're in the same book as you right now. Yeah, look, that cycle's on hold. That change is on hold. That completion of this cycle is not, it's not ready yet. And I feel like Spirit needs you to know that. It's not anything you're doing wrong. You're not being punished. I do feel like I feel the need to say that. Spirit wants you to know you're not being punished. It's nothing you've done wrong that is unforgivable in Spirit's eyes, and that's the reason that this person pulls back from you or hurts you. It's nothing like that. I know, I feel like I'm talking to somebody who is down and out about the fact that things just aren't turning out right. It's not coming into fruition like you know it should. I feel like this is a divine connection that you're dealing with, and you already have the knowledge that it's supposed to be a thing. So why then is it so hard to get it to where it needs to be? It's like you're doing the work, right? You are cleaning up your life, you're making changes, you're setting healthy boundaries, you're doing everything you need to do. So Spirit is saying, keep doing that. Keep doing you. And I'm hearing, tell them the thing. So it's like, this is my thought on how divine relationships go. When you are too overly focused on your person and what they're doing, that's a time to stop, take stock of why you're doing that. Is it out of fear, right? Because fear and faith shouldn't live in the same place, right? There's no room for fear if faith is there, right? So what Spirit is telling you to do is to just focus on self, focus on loving yourself, on moving forward. If you know this is supposed to come in without a shadow of a doubt, you feel it, right? It's supposed to come back, it's yours, right? Let it go. Let it go like that butterfly and allow it to do what it needs to do with whomever it needs to do that with. You know, you can't teach this soulmate all their lessons, right? Maybe those lessons through pain aren't supposed to be learned through you. Maybe you're the lesson that comes later on that's supposed to be learned through love, right? You have to allow this person to move off in a new direction, even if it doesn't include you, even if there's a chance they may never come back around to you, you have to kind of let go, because I feel like your energetic hold on this person is creating a halted movement. I feel like they feel pressured, and so they don't move, they freeze. It's like that flight or freeze, or they're freezing under that energy. They're choosing not to do anything at all because it's too much. So if you move your energy in a different direction, you focus on creating more for yourself and stepping into new opportunities, meeting new people, going along your path. And if this person is supposed to be on it, they will make their way back to you. I promise. If it's meant to be and Spirit wants this to be, they'll come back in your direction when they're ready. But hovering energetically over this person, wondering if they're doing their lessons, wondering who they're spending their time with. Is it that one girl? Is it that one guy? I feel like we have to let go. There comes to a point where Spirit is saying, this is unhealthy for you at this point, right? So Spirit's asking you to relinquish your hold on this and allow Spirit to put their hands in to guide this person how they're supposed to be or where they're supposed to go, right? Yeah, we've got purge in reverse, because they're not able to surrender under that tense energy. I feel like there is a very tense, powerful energy that comes from you, collective, that may actually be slowing this person down. Yeah, we have expression in reverse and truth in reverse. It's like, I don't know if this person, and you may be completely out of the picture. You may be, just kind of following this person and peeking in on them. I feel like what Spirit is asking you to do is to fully let go, fully surrender this. And if it's supposed to come back into being, it will. I want to put this on its side. It's like, because it kind of appeared to me both ways, reversed and upright. So if I put it sideways, this is what can happen. It's like, but we need cooperation from both. And in order to do that, Spirit needs to have enough room to wiggle in there, right? So let's see. Yeah. This person has been so cold, and I feel like I want to say cold with you. The attraction's not, there. They're not being pulled in your direction. And you may feel like you're losing this person. But I feel like you have to allow that. You have to allow it. Spirit is saying, don't fight this, because it could end up coming back in your direction so much better than where you left off at, right? I feel like I'm talking to someone who just feels like all their hopes and dreams were just crushed. And I want to say, don't shoot the messenger or the reader. What spirit, because I feel like they're just trying to let you know that things need to change just a little bit. They need you to focus on your hopes, your dreams, creating new wishes, and to find out who you are outside of this person. To envision a life that, I know it's going to sound crazy, but a life that's full without this person. Because if they can't come back in and they never get to the point where they finish all those lessons, you have to have a beautiful life that you've created for yourself. And if they do get it all right, like they're supposed to, right? Like Spirit's trying to help them do, you've got this big, beautiful life ahead of you, and they'll be able to walk in and see what you've created. How proud and how excited are they going to be to share that with you when you've set this foundation, something really beautiful, right? Where they could walk in and share their amazing journey with you too, right? So Spirit's saying, focus here. I know it's really hard, but I feel like you feel bound to maybe obsessing a bit over this person and what they're doing. And I feel like Spirit wants you to, it's like, I hear, check yourself before you wreck yourself. It's like, yeah, I feel like Spirit wants you to see the toxicity that you're kind of falling into when it comes to this person and this situation. You may be utilizing, I hear scrying. So I don't know if you are looking into this person, you're pulling your own tarot cards on this person, you're getting reading after reading on this person, and I feel like it's only upsetting you further because they might be with someone else. They might be having children with someone else or marrying someone else, right? You have to take a step back and allow that person to make the decisions that they're making without adding extra pressure and stress to the situation. I feel like you're only hurting yourself by overly focusing on this person, right? Spirit saying you're not remembering who you are and what you've been taught, and you're not utilizing it in the right way. It's like you're utilizing your spiritual gifts to kind of, I don't want to say impose beliefs or impose your ruling. And I see somebody pushing a thumb down. It's like you can't force someone to make decisions that you feel good with in their own life. So it's like, I feel like Spirit just wants you to know that you can, yeah, look at that. We have twin flame in reverse. It's like, I don't feel like this is a healthy situation. I feel like Spirit's just saying we have to create the distance now. Things might crumble down because they're saying you need to have your own courage and walk in a different direction. I know this is super hard. Those separation periods can be extremely painful. I do know this. They can be a little bit dark night of the soul type energy. You may need to go through that again. Yeah, this person is not in the best energy, and they have to kind of follow their path. They have to live and experience their karmic lessons so they can learn what they need to learn, so that way they can maybe someday come back in your direction, right? I hear live and let live. And I feel like wish this person well. I know that's really hard. Yeah, that's the only way your suffering and lack mentality is going to change. Same for them. It's like you guys have to kind of let each other go. Just for the time being, I really do feel. And then you might find that fire and that passion again someday. If it's meant to be, it will come back in. If not, let me just tell you how you will have somebody who's so right for you. If this person doesn't come back in, Spirit's not going to just say, oh, well, that was your person, you don't get another. No. There will be plenty of opportunities for love and connection just as powerful as this one is, right? I'm sorry I have to deliver this message. I know this one's really hard to swallow. It's like a hard to swallow pill. Lack in reverse. Yeah, we want lack in reverse. We want new beginnings. We want freedom to make choices. And I feel like that's what you're offering each other at this point. There is a break in this energy, and Spirit's just cutting that cord for you because I feel like there's too much obsession. And, you know, these types of situations come from love. And they come from unconditional love at that. That's what this stands for. Unconditional love. When we have it in reverse, this is conditional love. This is I'll love you if, or I'll love you when. That's not what Spirit wants to promote these connections to be. That's an everyday 3D connection, right? You can find that just about anywhere. I'll love you if you do this, or if you can't do that, I can't love you, right? Spirit has these learning and these growth parts here. There's expectations. Spirit expects more from these situations. This goes into unconditional love. I can look at my person and know that they're off somewhere, maybe enjoying their life, and this person may never think about me again. Do you know I wish that person well, and I love that person unconditionally. I hope they're happy. I hope they're experiencing the most amazing life, and I'm not worried at all about whether or not this person comes back in my direction. If they do, it'd be a blessing, I'm sure. It'd be really exciting. But I don't need that to survive. I don't need to know what they're doing or what they're up to. In fact, I don't even look in on this person. Sometimes I get little visions here and there of something fun that this person is experiencing, and I think, wow, that's amazing. That's really great. I'm glad they're happy. Or sometimes I see little things that, you know, might be making this person sad, and I send some love and healing and hope that that person is doing their best in life and gets back on track, right? So it's kind of that energy, and I feel like that's kind of the standard that spirit wants the two of you to come into, and it does take a while. It doesn't mean you can't get there because you're stuck in this energy right now. I feel like, yeah, I feel like that's coming back into play. Look at that stability, harmony, flow. Spirit's just trying to put their hands in to help both of you get to a place where life is livable again, and you can take action on your freedom right now and create this new cycle of growth and healing. Yeah, the Spirit's saying there does have to be a separation right now. There will be longing, and I'm sure it'll be on both sides. One I feel is running from it. The other I feel is chasing, right? And it does switch sometimes too. The runner becomes the chaser, and the chaser becomes the runner in this situation. It's just part of the dynamic. It's the magnetism. It's to help others learn their lessons, right? It doesn't mean there can't be beautiful relationships in between. You yourself could be walking into a beautiful relationship to learn lessons through love and kindness. So I want to say, don't count yourself out. I know I hear some people saying, there's no way I could love somebody else. Well, if that's the case, and that's the way you want to walk your journey, Spirit will allow you to do that, right? And that's okay. It would be your choice. But I feel like Spirit is kind of just saying, they will put the opportunities out there for you to grab if you want them, right? But I'd say take some time to heal, take some time to feel your own energy. I feel like you've been wrapped up in someone else's for too long. I need, what do I need? I need a sip to ground myself there. That energy was really, it was heavy and sad and confused and stressed. Whew. All right, let's see. This is something about a solitary journey. So let's see, which I feel like kind of plays into this pretty well right now. It says the comforts of friendship. You could start leaning on or making new friends very, very soon on this singular journey here. So this is for singles, whether the last part of the reading resonated or not. It might help you if the last reading resonated with you. This might be something good for you. It says, look closer. She is not lonely. I love that. Alone, but not lonely. That's the second time that's come through today. I feel like that's really something important. And I feel like that kind of actually represents me as well. I feel like I'm at a point on this journey where I really enjoy my solitude, and I feel like in order to step into a relationship, or you might get there, you might get to this point, in order to step into a situation or a relationship, it would have to feel better than my alone time does. And for me, I'm very comfortable in my alone time. It's like I can reach out when I want to reach out, but I'm really comfortable this way. So I feel like maybe that's for somebody else, something to strive for, is to not become lonely in my alone time. Transcendent amidst the everyday. I kind of hear indulge in things that make you happy. So this could be, I don't know, falling into a really good book, or picking up a new hobby, or picking up an old hobby. This could be music, dance, exercise. You could be spending time with a pet as well, or getting a new pet. I feel like that's also something that cures a whole lot of lonely, right? So if you're looking to get past this lonely feeling, it's like you want to be okay in your alone time, right? Until something comes along. This tells me it says she was once a Selkie. So what I kind of see from this is someone who's daydreaming up their future and manifesting. So you could be doing that as well, taking that time to manifest a really beautiful, magical future for yourself. Or you could be falling into a daydream here or there. I wouldn't advise to fall into these daydreams all of the time, because that can become something that is kind of detrimental to your growth. It's like when you get so wrapped up in daydreams that you don't go out to create or experience, that can be a problem. So be mindful about how much you daydream, or put those daydreams to good use. Use it to manifest, because you're only a step away from that, right? Something that could be, or something that you want it to be. Okay, let's see. So pick up a hobby to be comfortable in your time. The dance of the water. Yeah, I was kind of getting dancing. I feel like pick up dancing, or turn that music on. Listen to music that makes you feel good, to kill that lonely if you've got that loneliness flowing in. We have ancestors and apples, sweet in the moment. We have ancestors and gifts of plenty here with that tree of apples. So I feel like you might be indulging in connecting with ancestor energy, or hearing stories of the past, or maybe indulging in stories that you listened to when you were a child. Maybe an elder told you stories about the past and you're thinking about them, or they keep on popping up. It's like, I feel like spirit and ancestors might be trying to connect with you, especially if these people that told you the stories are passed over now or crossed over. I feel like they may be reaching out to you to kind of reiterate those messages within those stories to create comfort for you or forward movement. Self-initiation. Yeah, this is becoming very, very comfortable in the self. I love this for you. I feel like sometimes we get to a point where we want to pull our energy back. We don't want to just hop from relationship to relationship or friendship to friendship. There comes a time in our life where we need to learn to be comfortable on our own. We need to experience what it feels like to move in any direction without someone telling you to go here or go there. It's like, I get to choose. And I really love that. I feel like everybody should go through a good period of moving wherever they want to move and going in the direction that they want to go in, what feels right for me personally. I feel like that's so important. So we have magical manifestation, and I feel like this is the point where you can really dream up a new future for yourself. Do that. Live in that energy. Manifest that dream. It says there are other conversations. So there's new to be had, right? There are new conversations to be had with new people, new experiences. And I feel like Spirit's saying, you can go forth and experience those new experiences when you're alone, when you're not connected to somebody else. And sometimes she changes, right? I feel like this is really just coming into self, deciding what you want, changing your mind when you feel like changing your mind. She sleeps with the stars. So dreams, hopes, and wishes. I love it. I feel like you have every ability right now to create whatever it is you want. And it's okay to be single. It's okay to feel loneliness sometimes, but I feel like when we do, we need to find ways in that moment to lessen that feeling of loneliness. We need to reach out. We need to start. I hear nothing changes if nothing changes. And I feel like that's what Spirit kind of wants to put out there. You can change your mind. You can change the direction of things. It's just recognizing that and then taking the action moves to create that change, right? All right, let's see what we've got. One more. All right, what do we have? We have grounding. Do I want to take this? No. All right, what do we have? So stability, security, I feel like that's something. Performance, growth, and endurance. Heartbreak, yeah. You know, I've noticed that's a theme today. I feel like I'm talking to people who have recently maybe broken up or have been without a partner for a while. I feel like maybe someone that you loved went off and married someone else and it never really became something for you with them. I do feel like this is something, a deep hurt and a deep sadness within you and a deep loneliness that needs to kind of come up to the surface, or has been coming up to the surface very recently, to be looked at, to be healed, right? I feel like Spirit wants you to look within yourself, reflect, right? Introspection, inner wounds. This stuff needs to be healed so you can move forward happily. And I feel like that's kind of the name of the game in these readings today. I do feel like a lot of it revolves around loneliness and maybe where the focus needs to be switched to. And I feel like pretty much all of these readings had to do with switching the focus to self. So outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over in your head. This could be something, we hear cut down. So it says cutting out, separation, stop the pattern, silent treatment, and making healthy choices. And ascending. And then we have twin flames. Yeah, again, this energy comes back in. It's like we're in this energy where we need to ground ourselves. We need to see that we are heartbroken, understand that, look within the self, start the healing process, cut away things that no longer resonate, our outdated thinking and beliefs, and replaying old events over and over again with no end. It's like these things go on a loop and they never actually change. You never see something new. Maybe it's because you don't have the other person's perspective, or you're not privy to the knowledge of what their perspective was. You have to be okay with not knowing. And I know that's really, really hard. That did come up, I think it was yesterday as well. It's like sometimes we need to just be okay with the things that we don't understand. Some things never have a close, or never have that ending, right? And we have to be the one to give it the ending that it deserves so we can move forward. It's like we have to stop replaying old past events and hurts and start getting healthy, and know that the past can't be changed. We can't go back. We can't rewrite it. What we can do is start right here in the here and now, make the healthy choice to focus on self and the healing of self. It's like, I don't understand what I did wrong, but I can forgive that person for whatever was said, and I can move forward and give it the ending that it deserves. Then I'll start ascending, and I'll be pulling in balance for myself, and maybe even someone who has that spark and that flame for me in the future, right? It's like we can do the healing energy and pull in what's right. It may even be the same person, but maybe Spirit's just saying, like, you have to make that healthy choice to let it go. And once you let it go, the energy can transform. It's like they got to be able to get their hands in it. And that's what I keep hearing. Spirit wants room to work is what I hear. Ship. Yeah, so there can be progression and arriving, receive what you need, I feel like, and cutting ties and moving on. That needs to maybe happen before anything can evolve or growth, the next phase, right? Healing the inner child, releasing the past. I love that. I feel like it's so necessary. Your person may still be wearing a mask, and that was another yesterday thing too. I'm kind of seeing tethers to yesterday's read as well. Someone may be hiding their true feelings. You may absolutely know that, and maybe that's why it's hard. I feel like the reason a lot of these spiritual relationships are so difficult is because one of us really is intuitive and really tuned in and tapped in, and we know more than the other person does. It's like we know this is right. We know it's supposed to come in. And the fact that it doesn't come in when we think it should is what really messes us up. It's like we have a hard time flowing with it because we're like, it's not supposed to be this way. I already saw it. But you may see it years ahead of time before this person ever even gets wind of what it's supposed to be, right? And I don't know if Spirit does that on purpose, because I feel like time for Spirit, timing, divine timing and our timing are completely different, right? And I feel like it's like Spirit says you already know, so you should be able to flow with it. But it's like, I feel like that's where the confusion comes from. A lot of you are very tuned in, and then you're watching this person and you're looking in and you're thinking, why is this not going right? Like, why is this not coming in when I know without a shadow of a doubt that I've seen it? It's like you may have seen it in a vision. You could just feel it. You just know. You might have that claircog, so you just know what you know. So for some, I feel like that's really difficult. Competition, enemy, the other woman, looking over your shoulder. Yeah, there's a lot of this that goes on in these divine connections. Healing the heart. This might have been a past situation. This could be something you're going through now. I feel like this is a timeline thing. Everybody's like at a different spot when you resonate with these divine connections. Everyone's in a different point of growth. So where you are, you'll know what you have to look forward to. A lot of these situations have a coming back around. You know, I have seen some of these situations have that coming back around, and by the time they get to you, you're so over it. You're so over the fact that this situation didn't work out, or maybe this person comes back around and, you know, the person that they are is not what you need, right? And you might recognize that then. Or it could be something that comes into fruition and you have that beginning, that new beginning. You know, this could go a million different ways. And I feel like Spirit's just asking you to keep the focus on self, and finding your happiness and creating your future, because that's where your power lies, in controlling what you do and where you go and what you're focused on. Wow, this has been a little heavier, and I'm kind of hesitant to post up readings like this, the ones that seem like controversial when it comes to twin flames, but I feel like this kind of stuff has to get out there. So it stresses me a little, but I feel like when these messages come up this way, yeah, I hear, oh no, and that's kind of my energy right now. I feel a little exhausted, and oh wow, I hear something about an addiction. I don't know if I can say that. It's an addiction to watching others. How do I say this? Be sexual with each other. I don't know if I can say the word online, so I'm just not going to. But I feel like if you know, you know what I'm saying. But someone that you love or want to be dealing with has that type of addiction, and they may watch that a lot throughout the day, or indulge in it a lot, and that might be another reason Spirit's kind of holding that person back from being with you. So I am kind of getting that. That's an interesting one there. Yeah, I'm seeing it again. All right. I hear later. I don't know if someone's dealing with a partner that has a problem. It could be a masculine, could be a feminine, but I am seeing masculine energy who is indulging in watching those things. Maybe behind your back, maybe it's something that you've talked to this person about. I do feel like this has become a problem. I'm hearing rest, recharge, rejuvenate. So I don't know if maybe you have to create some distance between you and this person because they're not changing. Yeah, I hear it's always X-rated. It's always X-rated. So that's coming through very strongly. I feel like this person may get a wake-up call when you walk away from them. They either may or may not, depending on how bad this addiction is. I hear something about answering questions. This may be a healing thing for this person. If you separate yourselves, they may realize how bad this is and want to get help. They may be open to answering your questions in the future. I hear nothing changes if nothing changes. Yeah, I feel like the intimacy, okay, this is getting very specific, but I'm going to go with it because that's what's coming through. I feel like the intimacy in this situation between you and this person has been strained because they don't come to you for that gratification or that intimacy. They turn around and then there's nothing left for you. I feel like this is a very serious thing, and this could be in a long-term commitment as well. Or if this is right straight out the gate with someone new, then this is a really big red flag is what I hear. So it's something to be very mindful of. I don't feel like this is going to get better until some action is taken. Okay. Okay, so I'm also hearing this could be with someone who you love. This could be maybe if you're an adult and you have like a teenage child or something like that, you may realize that they have this type of addiction or problem, and you might want to get them some type of help for that. I feel like it's not something that's going to get better on its own, and it needs some sort of intervention is what I hear. I'm also hearing it may have a connection with other toxic habits, usage of substances. So, you know, I just don't know what words I can say and what words I can't, so bear with me. I'm trying to think as I channel. It's very difficult. Thinking and channeling don't kind of work in the same place. It's like channeling is freely just allowing whatever comes out of the mouth to come out, and thinking involves cutting the channel short to pull a word or two from there. So that's why it kind of seems broken sometimes. So if someone was wondering that, I feel like someone was kind of wondering maybe how that works. That's kind of how it works. It's like it's not the same thing, or at least it's not for me. I don't know how it works for others. I feel like spirit kind of interacts differently with all their people that they share that with. We have love, the star. Okay, so it's like whatever you're looking for. I hear we got it. Whatever you're looking for. Okay, so this is clearer energy. Okay, so wow, I'm gonna need a nap today. Okay, this energy specifically, Spirit is talking about you, collective. They're saying that there is this situation, right? You can move in any direction. You're being guided, right? You're being guided towards your hopes, your dreams. You're being guided towards love and towards spiritual knowledge. So it's like all of these things can actually be a beautiful pile of things, but I feel like in the direction that you're going in, the direction that you're being led in, it does lead you to all of these really beautiful experiences. So these are all a whole bunch of new opportunities, your wishes, your hopes, your dreams. Some of you could be in the limelight is what I hear. So I feel like I'm talking to a lot of really talented, magical people. I do feel that way. A lot of the times I feel like I'm talking to a lot of people who are tuned in, tapped in, turned up, have their own platforms, have their own big, beautiful things going on. I feel like you've got star power here, and there's a star within a star. So it's like you might shine in multiple areas and create star power in different areas of your life. I really love that. I feel like you're seen, you're noticed, you're heard for maybe multiple reasons. And I feel like Spirit does that for a reason. You've got what it takes, and you follow your inner compass, your inner guide, and it's leading you to really beautiful places. As far as love goes, you know that's on your path, and it's on your path in many different forms and facets. It's like friendship love, family love, romantic love. All of these different types of love are scattered beautifully along your path. I'm seeing a little girl, like a flower girl, going down a path, and she's, instead of tossing like petals, they kind of look like petals, but they're hearts. And it's like love, different kinds of love scattered along your path for you to pick up as you go. And I feel like Spirit's on deck with every single thing. And they're ready and willing to guide you as you move. This I'm also seeing as kind of leaf-like as well as feather-like. And I kind of feel like that just denotes a whole lot of change. Big, beautiful transformation going forward. I feel like Spirit wants you to know you're on the right path to going where you want to be. I love it. That is what I have for you all. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.